The women of Sarawak in Malaysia and Mindoro in the Philippines are no different. Climate change has taken a toll on their communities, and the women are burdened the most. In Mindoro, there is a decrease of fish catch caused by climate change and an increase of childbirth, creating an imbalance with the fishing community's needs, as the lack of family planning creates a vicious cycle of poverty and leaves them vulnerable to disasters.
Fisher households, where we conducted the study in Oriental Mindoro, have bigger families. So they're even above the average family members of 4. They go as many as having 7 children. And fishers being the most vulnerable, partly because they're also the poorest of the poor, dependent on the coastal resources, are most affected by climate change because of the decreased fish that they get and that they catch, which is the main source of food and livelihood of the fisher households.
With population growth in rural areas, the need for the awareness on sexual health among these areas are a necessity. With less fish coming in causing less income, families are not able to provide for their children's needs, including their education. In return, their children end up with the same hardship that their parents have gone through, taking over the same jobs, leaving the community in a continuous vicious cycle that wouldn't be sustainable in the future. In Sarawak, the women of the Penan and Kayan tribe are left in their homes as the frontliners in natural disasters, since their husbands are away to work. As deforestation and rainfall increases, severe flooding poses as a major threat to their livelihood and safety.
Marung kami doon ni tugu lepanu ni adang kami busahala adang kami do alang jita ngayat na urip na kami tugu lepanu ni am tangayat sununut tukta ilaw kumantala abilake tati tilaw iat na ke lo belajar ta tugu pinta udara lepati ke sununut tukta kuman katalang antatuhu pelim.
The Penan tribe has also been encountering problems with the deforestation process, as the timbermen who come from logging companies take advantage of the women.
When we do our development processes and our planning, when we do not have greater insight into our ecosystem and how the ecosystem functions, and we don't take that into consideration, it brings tremendous impact to the communities. And this impact, as I said, based on location, based on class, based on economic background, are very critical because they impact on how these communities cope with these changes. And many times they are unable to cope with these changes and they face many difficulties. So one aspect of it is to look at sexual and reproductive health, and because sexual and reproductive health just not only look at reproductive health but also look at the holistic health approach of a person as an individual. It's also important because in terms of body politics, in terms of our bodies and who owns women's bodies, and the right to one's body, and that is something that's far deeper.
It is clear that sexual and reproductive health and rights is an important priority for climate change action and dialogue. It is central to their social and cultural identity and a key to empower resiliency. Recognizing women's voices by making policies through a gender-responsive approach can make a community stronger and prepared for a continuously changing world.
men generally will go on to a much more leadership capacity, but women are really the true champions for climate change actions. They are there, they get their families together, their children together, their husbands mobilized. They are the champions. And they do it so willingly and so open-heartedly. And that's the reason why, yes, they accept that. Yes, that's fine. But I would like them to express themselves, articulate themselves, and celebrate. I think this is also about celebrating how they build resilience. They are coping. They are not waiting for anybody to come and tell them, oh, you should do this or you should do that. They are coping. They are finding technologies. They are finding ways forward, and they are working very hard at the ground level, at the grassroots level. For me, for doing this research, is just coming to them and embracing their stewardship, basically, their environmental stewardship. Embracing them for all the work that they have done within their community. And that's not an easy task, and especially not an easy task when you have to do it invisibly.